Hello and welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. Yes, that's... It doesn't sound like something that I would usually play. But, as you've seen at the start there, apparently there is some sort of horrible undertone in this game. And it's intrigued me. So, I'm going to have a little bash of this and see what happens. My name is David. So, what's going to happen? I don't know. I don't know how it works, but we will soon find out. Hey, how's it going? What's this? History. Skip. History. What's that one? Okay, so I'm just going to press the next one. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori. Not a Scottish name. My neighbour and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waking up. She's a vampire. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. How do you even say... Ha ha! I overslept again! But I caught you this time. I can't do voices. I maybe, but I'm going to do my voice like I would do my voice. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were just... fuck, I can't do voices. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. I'm just going to put on a really stupid accent. That's mean, David. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Senga. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, David, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. That sounds familiar. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialise or have any skills before college. So was I. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. Pure fancies me, by the way. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET. What the fuck's a NEET? In a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. I've ditched the voices. I can't do this. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Would you at least promise me you'll try a little? I'm trying. Fuck's sake. Yeah, I guess I can promise you that. Yay! Why did I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised to even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Oh, I'm in class now. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I've got no choice but to start with the anime club. That sounds alright. Hello, Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. Look around and realise I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, you could come to my club. Ready? Yeah. There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. She's vice president of the literature club, apparently. Alright, okay. I need a bit of literature, because, like, I don't speak proper English. It's just all Scottish. Not that I was even aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if she really is that much of an airhead, or she's so cunning to have planned all of this out. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake. Yay, let's go. And first, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. That sums up my life perfectly. I dejectedly follow Sayuri across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for further classes and activities. Sayuri, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Oh god. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayuri always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, David, what a nice surprise. Bloody hell. Welcome to the club. No words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognise. A small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayuri. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayuri says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayuri and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see. I don't even know who Monica is. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, David. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. I'm sitting next to Monica. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry. I got a little too excited. Then, how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayuri mentioned, it had been widened, so there was one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayuri. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs his wrapped tray and Yuri opens a closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayuri. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Ooh. She lifts the foil off tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Oh, so cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Yeah, well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayuri grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. That's a lie, I'd be the first one in there. It's delicious! Sayuri talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavour. I wondered if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. But why are you thanking me? It's not like I've not heard this somewhere before. Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayuri says, well, maybe, but not for you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down a teapot next to the cupcake tray. Do you keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Well, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that you don't. It's like these lassies are all after me. This is ridiculous. This is weird. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I do enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayuri. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayuri seemed really happy here, so that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the other major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Haha, well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages her to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like she can fucking go on, eh? But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we will all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. She looks like she's got fucking like vampire teeth or something. I think this is what it is, by the way. I'm gonna get fucking punched by these lassies. They're no after me. They're after my blood. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. But I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So David, what kind of things do you like to read? Oh god. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. No, not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. She traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I would have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes you think or takes you to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is also very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud, and give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayuri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them? Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, we can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. You're a nosy bitch. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus now we have a new member. I think it will help us all to get a bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. I need a drink. This is getting a little bit too much for me. All this reading. Okay. Isn't that right, David? She smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem though. What's that? Then we're back to the original topic of me joining the club. I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I was joining this club. Sayuri may have convinced me to stop by, but I've never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. Oh god, they all hate me now. Sorry. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. David, you all. I'm defensive against these girls. Am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right, okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yay, I'm so happy! She wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you literally did scare me for a moment. If you really came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Ah, thanks I guess. Okay everyone, I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. And remember tonight's assignment, write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once again. David, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah, really impressed the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Be well, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey David, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayuri and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayuri, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favourite club member will like. Something good will happen with whoever likes your poem the most. I'm going to save it just in case, like. Alright. Cool. Can I go back? I want to go back now. No, I don't want to go back. Load game. Yeah, I loaded it, but it's fine. Right, here we go. Let's get the back. Okay, right. Beauty. Parfait. Skirt. Vertigo. Scars. Sugar. Lipstick. Frightening. Clumsy. Oh, waterfall, that's pretty deep. Explode. Oh god. Kawaii. And why did the pink haired lassie do that? I mean, all we knew. Fantasy, Shogo Mental. Oh god, it's on. Rain cloud. Agonizing. Massacre. Fucking hell. I knew she would because she likes like horror stuff and that, so. Inferno. Imagination. Candy? Right, okay, there we go. So I wrote a poem. Hi again, David. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. Maybe a little strange for me, but I at least kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else was already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, David. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive head first into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayuri told me he didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plots back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. David always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. So did I. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and David can become good friends too. Sayuri. As usual, Sayuri seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Sayuri even bought you something today, you know? But wait, Sayuri. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayuri made it sound like a big deal, but it's really not. What did I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting it in the first place. So a nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Reaches in her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet, she's trying to find a manga collection. Ah! I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Oh god, she's gonna get annoyed. You're looking for something in here? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organised if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Ah, it's sometimes. It's one of those things you can't admit you're really into unless you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right in the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. Ah, I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're going to judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, David. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, she pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. Huh, I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colourful attire striking anime feminine poses. It's exceedingly more. More? What the fuck does that mean? Don't just stand there. She grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsill. She pats on the ground next to me, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. She crosses her arm and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space. Well, she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? Oh, I am, but nothing's really happening yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot? Well, obviously, if I could enjoy something that didn't have a plot. I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things, like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop, but that just helps you get to know the characters. Besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama, like when they get into all their backstories and how some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Oh, is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait, what's that supposed to be? She gives me a little shove. I just meant I haven't yet seen you at your full power. Good save. Now this chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, she pauses for a moment. She doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't, I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into something because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of other hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something that you like with someone. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's... well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Oh, sorry. I could never get any of my friends to read this. Just think manga's for kids. Can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet. Makes me want to punch them in the face. I like her. Oh, I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. So it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, like, I feel I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safer in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win. Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problem. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Geez, that's enough. You gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. Haha. I totally forgot that happens. Just put her finger on one of the panels. Midori is my favourite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... well, I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favourite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that with Natsuki, for whom is a rare experience. The thought that makes me smile a little to myself. Okay everyone, Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. She suddenly realises how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course, it would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start our next one. If it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. Might fall behind on some shows if I try and get through this. I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. But I'm more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it. Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip my book in my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration, so I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. Glad to see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Nasuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same, myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Oh, for God's sake. Well, she shared something with me, so I should probably share it with her. Okay. Okay, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, reviews my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Well, that's the point of sharing in the first place. Do this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. Want to help you feel comfortable enough, like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, oh well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. Well, in other words, you're saying you liked it. Her retort gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world that you're all self-important. Pretty sure you'd never actually said that. I said that mostly to myself. Just really like it. I can't figure out if it's a winner or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Yeah, I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why did you look so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing is going to be so sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. Isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yeah, exactly. Like, I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for the rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went in there than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that with the youngest here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. Decided to humour her with the last comment. Don't really care how old this one is. But if Nasuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Right, so let's see. Monica. Hi David, having a good time so far? Ah yeah, good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up. Okay, keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. Much better off just going with the flow and I'm settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? Kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, David. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. It's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I know my poem. I like it, David. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Haha. Oh, jeez. No, it kind of makes me think of something Nasuki would write. She's a good writer too, so take it as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. Since you've read anything by Shel Silverstein. Yeah, maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. Oh, just sit up. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. Sometimes they're only a few lines long. You might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to everyone. I see. So you're saying that Nasuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning though. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It'll take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. Show me your poem. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else may be a little biased towards their own kinds of style. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I'm always that feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Couldn't have been me. Very freeform, that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback, so that's okay, yeah. Kind of style's got pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. Epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strong. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. The other way to think about it is this: if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Well, Monica, that's nice advice, thank you. She stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not, I just put my thoughts into words. Hold on, okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why'd you ask? I'm just making sure. Guessed that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No, did I just raise my voice? No, I'm so sorry. She buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice it had been several minutes and you really haven't gotten anywhere. Might take you a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognise in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering's completely gone, she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a single poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, learning by example and trying new things. I also hope everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. I think you can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that, sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if you're apologising to yourself, to me, or to Nasuke. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. She smiles dreamingly as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny after all. Isn't this supposed to be a literature club? I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking of that, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I just think your handwriting's pretty. Yeah, that's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Oh, I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Judy? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, David. Really? I totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. Remember that poems often express their own thoughts, feeling and experiences in their work. You usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in our last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. It's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. It's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes you happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. Guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Alright, so speak to Sagiri. It's a good poem, David. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. That's why it's impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. That you wouldn't write one at all. Really happy just that you wrote one. Just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in a club room. Well, yeah, of course. I'm not really into you yet, but it doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? Like I said before, David, deep down you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Heidi. I'm not sure if she sees the real picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny it, she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here. That would be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. I want breakfast. I like that. This is just a guess, but did you wait till this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. Can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least makes me feel a little bit better about myself. What do you mean? I still tried my best. Oh yeah, I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast, you know. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Yeah, this was so much fun. Monica's the best. Oh yeah, but next time I won't forget. I'm going to write the best poem ever. I guess I'll look forward to that. Whew, guess that's everyone. Glanced around the room. It was a little bit more stressful than I anticipated. As if everyone's judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. Guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting, while my eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange streaks of paper, sharing their retrospective poems. As they read in tandems, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh no, it's nothing. He dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can this be so cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayuri liked it, and David did too. So based on that, I gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And David liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh! I didn't realise you were so invested in trying to impress our new members, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that David appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't? Oh god, I'm getting fought over. Haha. Can't fight! Fight! How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way and make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as David started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little, this doesn't involve you. I like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if I missed I was standing there. David, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get her over herself and let me appreciate the simple writing is more effective. This wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, David. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, David? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whom I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Oh god. Nah, I'm not taking Suki. Instead I telling her Yuri. Yuri. Everyone's fighting him, just making... David. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for her to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayuri wants to tell Yuri what stuck-up jerk she's being. Never sure. Immaturity has made her upset at first, but excuse me? This is exactly why no one likes... Stop! Suki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everybody to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I'd love them because of their differences. Suki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings in just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why be fighting? Because, well, also, Suki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they've always been. Big and beautiful. Sayuri stands triumphantly. Monica stands there with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayuri is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organise things, but I'm not very good with people. I can even bring myself to interject there. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayuri is amazing in her own way, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. Let's see. Take good care of her, okay? I'd hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Excuse me, sorry, that was took away completely for it. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. David, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It's a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learn something from your friends too. Your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn something about the kind of poems everyone likes. With any luck, it means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nodded to myself with newfound determination. David, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayuri beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayuri and I spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Right, I am going to stop here because I can hardly speak now. It's getting interesting though. I mean, I realise I don't have to do this much talking, but I mean, you get the picture. I mean, it's something's going to happen at the end of this. We don't know, but it did say like that thing at the start. It's like don't if you have like depression or anxiety or whatever it is, don't play this because you can get quite bad. Now I have them, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.